Say the name Toyota Corolla and you've got a lot of word association going along with it. Certainly it is an iconic nameplate for Toyota. It's been around since 1966. There are global sales in that time of over 40 million units, making it the #1 selling nameplate automotive-wise of all time, even better than the Volkswagen Beetle. It's now in its 12th generation, but in all these things, especially here in North America, one of the things that we haven't really said as an association to it is hatchback. And I know, notwithstanding the Scion IM, which was then rebadged as a Corolla IM hatchback, for 2019, what we have for the first time here is a true, genuine Toyota Corolla hatchback. It's got a new look, and it's finally adding the hatchback to the Corolla, which is something that a lot of its other small to subcompact competitors have already done, and it's the feature of my latest review. Far from the traditionally bland and generic styling designs of past Corollas, the new Corolla hatchback offers plenty of visual appeal. It might be the first ever Corolla design that I can think of that has the potential to truly get noticed by standing out in a crowd. Its modern and, dare I say, sportier styling is built upon the foundation of Toyota's new global architecture design and engineering process. The new Corolla hatchback is longer, lower, and wider than its Corolla IM predecessor, with wider front and rear tracks as well as a longer wheelbase. Slim J-shaped bi-beam LED headlamps are a notable design feature on the front, while the protruding front and rear flanks make for a sturdier and more planted visual appearance looking lengthwise. The Corolla hatchback is perhaps the most striking from its rear profile. The full LED taillights combined with a more forward-angled hatch design create a look that's athletic and aggressive. Combined with the 18-inch wheels on my top-end XSE tester, and the overall exterior appearance of this new Corolla hatchback is definitely a winner with me. More distinct than this from the Corollas of old can be found when you step inside. The Corolla hatchback's interior is more modern and in some respects minimalist than before. A floating center information and infotainment screen is a dominant visual feature, and it's here that you'll control your maps, audio, and other connectivity. Toyota's Entune 3.0 and Apple CarPlay are available, but disappointingly Android Auto is not. It's a real head-scratcher to me to not include Android Auto, as this vehicle seems perfectly built for millennials, but many of them are Android owners and will look elsewhere if they can't connect their phone to the car. On the plus side, available wireless charging and a 2.1 amp USB charge port do help with keeping your connected devices properly juiced up. Positioning of controls and ergonomics is generally good, with solid sightlines directly in front and at the sides. Interior space, however, is definitely on the tight side. I noticed how the driver's side door was pushed right up close to my left arm when driving, giving me a cramped sensation. It turns out that the Corolla hatchback is actually 10 centimeters or 3 inches narrower than the Honda Civic hatchback, and I could feel the difference. Second row seating is not intended for larger passengers or longer drives. If you're like me and prefer to drive with your legs somewhat extended, you'll need to make sure whoever sits directly behind you is relatively short. There is just under 30 inches of legroom in back, so keep this in mind when considering who might need to sit there. While acknowledging that this is a compact car design, the cargo capacity of the Corolla hatchback is also a bit disappointing. Toyota posts that the cargo area behind the second row is 18 cubic feet in size, which is good, but the aggressive angles of the rear hatch, which make it attractive to look at from the outside, also make it a bit challenging to maximize the cargo space. Powering the 2019 Corolla hatchback is an all-new engine design. The 2-liter Dynamic Force 4-cylinder 16-valve engine is a fun but not overpowering power plant that puts out 168 horsepower and 151 pound-feet of torque. There are 2 transmission choices available depending upon trim level. Both S and SE trims come with either a 6-speed manual gearbox or a dynamic shift CVT with physical first gear launch. If you prefer the top-end XSE trim, you'll be driving a CVT, as it's the only option available at that trim level. Fuel economy is quite impressive on the Corolla hatchback, but varies depending upon your transmission choice. Driving the 6-speed manual will get you a posted combined fuel economy rating of 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers or 31.4 US mpg, while CVT drivers will see an even better combined rating of 6.7 liters per 100 kilometers or 35.1 US mpg. With the launch of this hatchback under the Corolla nameplate for 2019, they've really done something that Toyota isn't really used to doing with the Corolla nameplate, and that's adding a lot of fun and vitality to the overall design. I gotta admit, I'm pretty impressed with the way this thing is all packaged out. It's got a look to it that is certainly eye-catching. It's, you know, especially from the back end, one of the more attractive compact hatches out there on the market today. And I think it's really going to appeal to a younger demographic. However, they still have to fix that issue with the fact that you don't have Android Auto for connectivity in here. Apple CarPlay is great, but you're gonna have to accept the fact that people want Android Auto in here as well. But aside from that, it's fun to drive, it's good looking, and I think if you're in the marketplace, if you're in that compact market and you're considering some of the other options, don't forget to include this new Corolla hatchback on the vehicles you're going to try out as well. That's it for this review. I'm Eric Novak. Thanks for watching. There's plenty of ways for you to keep connected with me, so check out some of my social media links, suggested videos, and I'd really love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel.